The first thing that you need to do for the Microsoft Skills PowerPoint project is to open up a blank PowerPoint document. You might have it saved as a pin on your taskbar like I do, but if not, then go and click into your search or click into your Windows symbol and either search for PowerPoint, or it might already be popped up for you. So go ahead and open up the PowerPoint document. And then you're going to open a blank document. Then the first thing that you want to do is go in and save your document so that you have it for later, and then you can just save as you go along. So we're going to go and click Save As, Browse, and open up the folder that you created for our class at the beginning of the school year. So we have our school year folder, we have computer literacy, and then you can save it into there. So you're going to save it as CL PowerPoint project. And then save. Perfect, and hopefully this will turn on the auto save feature. Now you need to pick a design for your slides. So we're going to go to the ribbon and click on Design, and you can open up this, and it's going to open up a whole bunch of different designs that you can choose to use with your slideshow. So click on it and then choose the one that you want to use. In addition, you have variant themes where you can change it so it's just slightly different than the theme that you are given. So you can choose exactly which theme you would like to use for this project. Now I'm going to demonstrate the variety of skills that you're going to need to do on this project. So the first thing, we need to add a new slide. So you can choose which of these layouts you want, or you can just choose the blank layout. Personally, that's my favorite, to start with a blank canvas, but you can choose whichever you would like. And you can also change these once you have gotten them. If you don't like it, then you can always change colors and such. So next I'm going to teach you how to insert a text box and to do bullet pointed list. So we're going to insert and then click on text box. We're going to draw it. And there you go, you have a text box. So we need to do a bullet pointed list and a numbered list. So the first thing, let's start with doing a bullet pointed list. So we're in the ribbon, we're in Home, and you can click here at the bullets. And then here you go, you have your bullet pointed list. So we can just type in whatever we want. And we have bullet points. Next, we need to make a numbered list. So you can have a text box again. So let's just copy and paste that and delete everything. And then in the Home, in your ribbon, under Paragraphs, you're going to click the 1, 2, 3, and there you go. Numbers. So there you go, you have a numbered list. So on your assignment, you need to have at least one bullet pointed list and at least one numbered list. Next, you need to be able to insert pictures and graphics onto multiple slides without distorting the images. So let's look at how to do that. We're going to click in the Insert in the ribbon, and we're going to click Pictures, and I'm just going to say Stock Images, since those are what's already embedded into Microsoft. And let's just say this one, and this one. Let's do those two. So you can see that these are quite big. What we need to do is make them smaller. So I'm going to click off since it's grabbing both of them. And to make things smaller, we need to edit them by the corner of the image. We need to click on the corner and then move it in or move it out based on if we need it bigger or smaller. We don't want to edit it by the sides like this, because it will distort the image and make it look weird and off. So which image looks better? Is it the one that we edited by the corners or the one that we edited by the sides? I think the corners, for sure. So when you want to edit an image, you're going to do it by the corners and then shrink it in. And then you can move your image by just having clicked on it and then move it to wherever you want that image to go. So that's how you make the images not distorted. All right, let's talk more about text boxes and shapes. So if we click on Insert and then we can click Shapes, let's have a shape that's a square or rectangle. So I clicked on the one I wanted and then I clicked onto my page and then I am making it however big I want it to be. So let's say I want it like that. So this is a shape, but in a shape you can type in it, which is super cool. And with typing in it, you can change the fonts just like we did in the Microsoft Word. So you highlight the text that you want to change and you click on the fonts and you change it to whatever it is that you want it to be. You can change the color of the shape as well. So we've clicked on the shape and up here it says Shape Format. We can pick out the color we want if we click Shape Fill and then even go to More Options if we want to change the color that way. And we can see that the shape already has an outline to it. Now we wouldn't want to have this white text if the color is this lavender, because it doesn't really, you can't really read it well. You could also insert a text box. And see, a text box is just like a shape, except that it doesn't have the automatic outline and it doesn't have the automatic fill. But you could add those by right-clicking and then go to Format Shape. So if you're in Shape Options, then you could go to Fill and you can change it to Solid Fill, Gradient, Picture, Pattern, Slide Background. So let's click Solid Fill and now our text box has a solid shape. And then if we wanted it to have an outline, we could click Solid Outline and then select whichever color we want for our outline. So you can't really see that very well. We can make our outline a little bit thicker so we can see that it has that purple outline. In your text box, you can also edit your text options, and you can do this in the shape as well. They're basically the same thing, except the text box doesn't automatically come pre-filled in. So text options, and then you click on this like A with all of the lines around it. You can have shrink upon overfill or resize to fit text. So if you had a lot of text in here, then you see how it automatically resizes. If you clicked on the shrink to overfill, you see how the text shrinks as you have more of it. So those are two cool options that you can edit in if you go and click right click Oh, it wants to right click and then shape format. Format shape. So in your PowerPoint, you need to have at least one shape or text box with a different background color. So doing a shape versus a text box probably would be the better one. And at least one of them needs to have an outline. So again, I suggest you do a shape. Then your text needs to be the right size and fills up your space easy for reading. So what that means is that if your PowerPoint, you had like this much text on your page and this is all you did to your page, that wouldn't be enough. That's not enough to be aesthetically pleasing. So you should make your text bigger, or you should add images to the slide, or do something so that your slides are aesthetically pleasing. And as for your text, you can change the size just like we did with Microsoft Word, and your text should also be readable. This one is like borderline. I can read it just fine, but it should be where the person who is looking at it or grading it, which is me, can read it well. You also need to embed a hyperlink into your text, just like we did in the Word project. We're practicing this skill again because so many people had difficulties with it. So I'm going to show you how to do that in PowerPoint. So we're going to highlight the text that we want and then right click and say link. And then in the text address bar, we're going to paste a URL, and you can paste any URL that you want and then say OK. So this is so that when you click onto the link, it opens up right away. So we're going to practice embedding our URLs and our into text. Then we need to make sure that our slides are free of spelling mistakes. So to do that, you can go to Review and then do a spelling check. And all my spelling is good right now, so let me add maybe some not spelled right things. Let's do a spelling check. And it's gonna pop up that there's some spelling errors, but this one doesn't have any suggestions. So we need to make sure that we run a spell check before we submit our assignment. Let me do like this. So I have the word Friday. Let me change the font so it's more readable. The word Friday is technically spelled correct, but it's missing an important detail. So we can either right click and then have the Friday pop up, or we can go to Review and then spell check and then have the correct Friday. And we're going to change it so that Friday is capitalized because it's a proper noun. And then we just need to make sure that our slides look nice and they are balanced and they're well organized and they don't have just like a little bit of text on them and then nothing else. We need to make sure that they're aesthetically pleasing. I'm going to put an example of this, of what a good slide would look like. So make sure to look at that example and just do your best on this. So those are the different skills that you'll need to show when you are doing this assignment. I trust you to do awesome at it. You can pick any topic that you want and create any slides that you want, as long as you have 5 slides in total and you are showing off these skills. And that's it. Hopefully this helped. Bye.